Namaskar. I am Acharya Shubhadeep Ananda Mathur. I am from Ananda Margo Pracharak Sangh. You see, in this society, we have different faith. Hindu, Christian, Islam, they have different faith. And everybody, they believe in God. Hinduism, they also believe in God. In Muslim religion, they also believe in God. In Christianity, they also believe in God. So, what is God? What is the concept of God? There is a basic and unique similarities among this religion. So, that similarities we have to find out. And we know God is one. God is existing within our faith. And that faith is only our God. We worship our faith, not only our belief. Our worship is based on with our faith, and that faith is the only God. So, what is our faith? What is God? You see, the concept of God is omnipotence, omniscience, and omnipresence. He is here, there, and everywhere. God is omnipotence. He is every powerful. He is so powerful. He has unlimited power. He has all the powers. He is the source of all powers, all inspiration. So God is omnipotence. He is all powerful. And God is omnipresence. He is everywhere. He is within you, within me, within this animate and inanimate objects. We can see God everywhere. And He is omniscience. He can see everybody. He is the witnessing entity of all. He is existing in the form of witnessing entity. Without His witnessing, nobody can exist. You see, in Bhagavad Gita, Sri Krishna himself is saying, I am there in the form of Atma. Ahom Atma Guradesu Sarva Bhute Shayasti. I am existing in all the entities in the form of Atma. God himself said this. So this is the concept of God. Omniscience, omnipresence, and omnipotence. So this is the concept of God. So why we have to worship such type of God? Because in the form of God, we worship God going to the temple, going to the church, going to the mosque. We say that God is there in temple. We say God is there in church. We say God is there in mosque. Is it the home of our Supreme Father? He is all pervading entity, only He is staying in temple. This is not only the house of our own beloved God. So He is existing everywhere. So where should I find out our own beloved God? That He is everywhere, He is also within me. So within this physical existence, I have to find our God. So how He is existing within this physical body? You see, we have a physical body, human structure. And in this human structure, we have a physical body, and behind this physical body there is a mind, and behind mind there is a soul. So our existence is the combination of mind, body, and soul. So we have to realize soul. What is soul? Soul is the reflection of supreme consciousness. So we have to realize this soul. If we realize this soul, then and there we can realize Supreme God. So God is within us in the form of soul. So this is the only object which we have to worship. So we try to find out God here, there, and everywhere. Sarva Bhute Swayastito. These five fundamental factors, this created universe is composed of five fundamental factors: Kiti, Ab, Tej, Marut, Bom. Kiti, this material world, and Ab, this liquid factor. Material world means solid factor, and Ab means liquid factor. Tej, igneous, that is fire, and air. Marut, bone, aerial. So these are the five fundamental factors, basic components of all the objects. Within these five fundamental factors, all the objects has been created. We can't see air with our naked eyes, but we feel wind is blowing. And bomb tattva, aerial factor, is more subtle than air. We can't see it. We have to realize that existence. We have to accept it. So how we can say that within our naked eyes we can see God? It is never possible. We can't see God within our naked eyes. We have five sensory organs. Chakku, Karna, Nasika, Jivha, these are the five sensory organs. With these five sensory organs, we feel this natural world and we acquire knowledge. So, you see, everybody is saying, I have seen God, you have seen God. It is not true. True is that nobody can see God. It is not possible. We can't see God. God is not to see. God is not to see. We have to realize. God is to realize. So we have to realize our God. That is the worship. Worship is to realize God. That is the real worship. So how we should realize God? With the help of our mind. In this physical body, this physical structure is fruit. Behind this physical structure, there is an astral body. That is the ectoplasmic structure. Our mind is composed of a subtle factor, that is ectoplasm. That ectoplasm has its own controlling point. That controlling point is the controlling point of soul. So, soul is more subtle than our mind. So, with the help of our mind in this physical body, we have to realize Parama Purusha. We have to realize God. So, in this physical body is the place of worship where we should realize God. So, if we want to realize God, we have to go through the process of meditation. That is the importance of meditation. If we do proper meditation, then and there we realize God. So God is here not only an object, He is the controlling point of all the object. He is the supreme nucleus of all the object. You see, in Hindu mythology, we have different concepts of God. Devi Durga, Kali, Saraswati, Shiva, Parvati, Ganesh, Kartik, these are the concepts of God. So, we worship in the form of these deities, this Devi we worship. But God is beyond this concept. God is beyond this concept. God has supreme capacity. God is so powerful. He has so many attributes. He is full of gunas. He is full of love personified. He is a bliss personified. So God has so many characters. But we worship God in the form of an idol. This is not true. You see, what is mythology? Puran. You see, mythology is a collection of stories written by someone. You see, a great philosopher and also he is a great Rishi Vasudev. He has composed 18 Puran. 18 Puran he has composed. Astadasya Puraneshu Vasasya Vachanadayam Paro Upakaro Purnaya Papaya Orapikana. Why he has composed these Puranas? In his Puran, he himself has written that I have composed this Puran to preach, to teach vice and virtues. What is right, what is wrong, what is pap, what is punya. Just to teach these things, I have composed so many stories. And mythology, the word mythology came from myth, means false. These mythology are nothing but the false composed of stories. These are the false stories. Myth means mitha. So this mythology is composed just to teach some moral codes. So Rishi Dwaipayan has composed this mythology for humanity, just to teach moral guidance. So this is the fact. So what is vice and what is virtuous deeds, what is good deeds and what is bad deeds? We have to paro upakaro punnaya. If you have helpful mentality, if you do something, if you do some help to others by doing some work, then it is virtuous deed. And if you hurt others by thought, word or action, then it is coming under papa, that is vices. Paro upakaro punnayo papaya orpiranam. Astadasya Puraneshu Vasasya Vachanadayam Paro Upakaro Punnaya Papaya orpiranam. So these are the facts of our mythology. Based on mythology, the deities which we worship, I think I have some question for this worship. Basically, it is a faith that they have some faith for God. It is good, but this faith should be channelized. We have to follow the path of our own reality. That is our real faith. We have to go inside, not outside. We have to go deep into our heart, where God Himself is existing. He is the supreme nucleus. He is supreme nucleus. In this physical body, we have also a nucleus. That nucleus is our soul. We have to reach that nucleus. How we should reach there? Ishwati Jasha Ishwara. He is the controlling point of all the factors. So that is God. God is generator, operator, and destructor. He is generating and He is preservating and even He is destructing. So these three character He has, but He is beyond any form, beyond any rupa or rupa. He has no physical structure. Our Gurudev Anandamurti, he said that I am not this physical body is not me. If you want to know me, do something for my mission. Your mission is I have a mission, I have a target. My target is to do social service for suffering humanity and to realize myself. Who am I? So this is my mission. I have to pay attention in my mission, if I pay attention in my mission, then and there I can realize my own God. So what is God? God is all-pervading entity. He is here, there, and everywhere. I have no right to search God here, there, and everywhere. I have to search here in my heart. So you see how I could find God here in my heart. You see, in the form of I feeling, in this physical body, I exist. I am Acharya Shubhadivananda Abhutu. This is not my identity. My identity is I exist. I feeling, I have an I feeling. This I feeling is my own existence. I am doing, I am eating, I am running, I am giving speech. These are my existence. So with the help of this I feeling, I have to do search of my God. That is, I have to do meditation with the help of this I feeling. Here is the character of religion. Here is the character of spirituality. That I have to go deep into my I feeling. That is Dharmasya Tattva Nihita Guhaya. This guha means the inner core of my I existence. Tada drashtu swarupe avasthanam. I have to know the original form of this I feeling. Who am I? These are the questions. If I go deep into this I feeling, Dharmasya Tattvam Nihitam Guhayam, that guha, that cave is not there in Himalaya. That cave is here in my I feeling. So meditation starts from this I feeling, very I feeling. So here is the starting point of spirituality. So God is here if we go deep into the I feeling. So God is one and indivisible. You see, in Upanishad, it said that in Upanishad, we get the concept of God, Ekam Brahma Dityo Nasti. God is one. There is no other entity. There is only one God. So God is one. It is true. Everywhere it is written, God is one. Ananda Madhava is also saying God is one. But besides saying this, Ananda Madhava is not silent. And Ananda Madhava is also saying, and giving proper guidance to find out your own God. That is the practical approach to find out God. God is also there in the form of matter. Matter is nothing but the crude manifestation of Supreme Consciousness. Consciousness is there. So we have to find out the consciousness. Ego aham bahushyami. I am one and I am existing in all entity. So the entity which is existing within all entity, I have to realize that one. No need to worship this, that, those things. So I have to worship the supreme entity which is existing all this object. So this is the fact. He is formless, beyond our sense. So we have to realize God through the process of meditation in this physical structure with the help of mind, and that process is meditation. Only through the process of meditation we can realize our God. That is the very key point of spirituality. Ananda Madhava is giving the practical guidance of this spiritual progress. So I think you must have to join in this organization to know how we can realize God, and you must learn the practical approach of meditation. If you learn the practical approach of meditation, then and there you will realize supreme consciousness, and you will realize God. So it is my request before you that you should come and learn meditation and realize God. Namaskar.